Hey, Erico here. So this is a topic where other YouTubers have kind of touched on it a little bit. They've talked about their feelings of how women in entertainment are presented in South Korea. And it's really a certain group of solo female singers that are bringing this new wave of sexiness to Korean audiences. And Korea is a very different society as far as culture, as far as their values, as far as how they see entertainment and how they view people as a collective. So, what has really brought this whole situation to light is this case that has come out, and it's about Hwasa, who is a part of a girl group. She's well known as a solo singer. She's come out in her own right with her own solo music, and she is well known for being out there and loving her body, and she's seen as having curves and having like a tanner complexion, and her music is more pop R&B, and many people like her. It also has to do with the group that she's also in, and that popularity had just spanned it on into her solo career, and she's had many hits and many people like her because of her vocals and the overall package of how she is. And so what comes along with her as a singer is her image. She goes on stage and she puts on a show, but this presentation that she gives has to do with her being voluptuous, has to do with her wearing scantily clad outfits, and her shaking her behind and bending over and, dropping it low for everybody to see. And so there's been multiple cases where she has been talked about online. There have been hate comments about her. There have been people that praise her because it is something new, and there's not a lot of females in Korean entertainment that are brave enough to do what she is doing. And so there has been this one case where she went to a university in Seoul and she performed one of her songs with the rapper Loco. And she was feeling herself. She was really into the music. She goes and she drops down low like she normally does, but when she drops down low, I guess it's her choreography. Maybe it isn't, maybe it's not, maybe it was an ad-lib. She was feeling it, and she goes and she takes her tongue, licks it in between her two fingers, puts it in a midsection. It was quick, it was swift. She does it. I'm not gonna do it. YouTube gonna be like, no, rated R. But she did it, and there were parents of the university students that were not feeling it. They were not happy about it. They got together and banded together into a fusion like a Dragon Ball Z character. It was the whole parent-student protection rights union, and they put a case against her because they felt like that it was out of character, it was too much, it was very sexual. They said it was not a part of her choreography, and that it was not good for the youth to see her do that. So there have been a lot of different opinions about this. There are people that were coming from their own standpoint. If you are from a different culture and you don't really know anything about South Korea's morals and how they view all of this, you're automatically going to be like, yeah, women's bodies, women's rights, or this is college. They should know, and it doesn't matter. They're not children. This is going to be like the natural reply. However, I am going to approach this differently because it is important to take into account the culture and how South Koreans as a society view things like this. So when it comes to sexual topics, they are not out in the open with it. It's very much an inside thing with friends. They're not out and free with stuff like this. So the singers that are out doing this, we have Hwasa, Jessie does it a lot. I really think she was like the front runner of this whole like kind of stripper. It is like a stripper culture. A lot of people might get offended if I say that, but that's really what it is. In a way, it's a stripper type of performance, type of style that is added onto it. We also have Hyorin that does it as well. Hyuna. You know, these are like the few. And Jessie, Hyuna, Hwasa, they're under P Nation. So, you know, Jessie's not under P Nation anymore. She left P Nation, but you can imagine the influence in Jessie being Korean American and how the influence of the stripper culture, and also coming from my culture and black women and women who are black being over sexualized in the media, and then also contributing to that stripper culture or twerking and dropping it low, and that influence and want to be voluptuous like that, and to be free, and to show, you know, that you can be sexy and not have someone control it and not be censored. That influence definitely inspired these female singers. But you have to look at the rules of the culture. So when this happened and the comments started coming in toward Hwasa, she came out and she said that she was crying. She cried a lot. You know, I'm used to the hateful comments, she said, but these were just on a whole nother level. Hwasa, are you not Korean? Are you not from South Korea? You know your society. You should know your society better than I know your society. You knew this was coming. I mean, I know you can be on stage and sometimes stuff happens where you're really into the performance. You can do a whole concert and not remember everything that you do because you were swept away by the performance and the music and the energy of the crowd. But she did this and she's known for doing these things. So you had to know that this was coming. People on the Korean interwebs talk about her performances all the time. They talk about her outfits. So I really had no reaction to her talk about she was crying. I'm gonna be honest, I really didn't. Because one, you are at a university. No matter how old they are, they're in college or whatever like that. That is not her private concert. It is a school. So her private concert, whatever she wants to do with her group, that's different. You know, artistic expression, do what you want to do. This isn't water bomb either. This is a college where obviously there were parents there, school staff. They saw her do all of this. She should have known this was coming. Only thing P Nation and she could do was release a statement and say that we're going to cooperate with the investigation. They brought her in. They said that they could fine her like 5,000 won. She could serve like a year jail time because of all of this. It was a lot. Do I fault her for being like this? No. Do I think that she should have kind of dolled it back a little bit? Yeah. And this goes for all the other women I mentioned as well. Hyorin does hers in a more of a censored way. So, you know, she also has like she'll show she'll show her booty. I can't even say booty because of the way she shows her booty. And Hyuna has gotten a lot of heat for, you know, showing her behind. She really doesn't have one, but I respect the effort. Jessie, they jump all over Jessie. Jessie wears whatever she wants to. She's out and proud. I respect it. I really do respect when you are unapologetically you and you do not care. But Jessie knows this. Hyuna knows this. Hyorin knows this. Hwasa knows about the culture and how it is. They are conservative. South Korean society is very conservative. They're going to talk about you. They're going to find something. If you're doing something out of the norm and it's for everyone to see, you're going to get pushed back. Now, you know, in the midst of that hate, you might change some people's minds. I did see with Water Bomb that a lot more female singers were wearing bathing suits. But you got to be ready for the backlash. If you're gonna be out and free and do whatever you want on the stage, and you're at a festival, you're at a university, be prepared for the backlash. We can even connect the dots to America with like certain singers. Janelle Monáe, she exposed her breast at the Essence Festival. Children were there. That's not her private concert, that's a festival. So of course people are going to be mad. They were talking about Suki too at the VMAs last night, twerking. You know, it's like, it's a time and place for everything. And there are conservative people all around the world. There are going to be some situations where people do not want to see your butt and your booty cheeks clapping together. They don't want to see your titties. They just don't. Like, yeah, free your body and all that. You're allowed to do what you want with your body, but people are also allowed to have an opinion. So you have to be ready for all of this that is going on, because it's a two-way street. There is you doing what you want to do on stage, and there's going to be people that don't like it. You can be brave and say, well, at the end of the day, I'm satisfied with what I'm doing with myself, and this is who I am, that's fine. But be prepared for the backlash and the consequences. Do I think that Hwasa'S should go to jail? No. Do I think she should pay a fine? No. Do I think she needs to have like kind of a talk about it wasn't appropriate in that time of setting? Yeah. Do I care about her really crying? No. I think it's weird that, like, we're talking about a singer that has worn sexy things, and there's been different instances. There was one in 2016, then 2018. She's been to award shows, booty cheeks clapping, just all out. Her with a dress on where it's see-through. She's shaking her behind because she feels like she has curves, and that influence from America is burying itself into Korean society. I think it's strange when people say like American music doesn't influence K-pop and doesn't influence like Korean music or entertainment in general, because it does. It's definitely at the core of a lot of the music. It comes from the influence brought in by the Korean Americans. It comes from the influence of the media that they're seeing. It's very much an in-demand thing, and people also admiring blackness as well. And you know, it's a thing, and you know, I see it. It doesn't bother me too much, but when you're bringing that into another culture that has morals and values, be ready for pushback. Don't cry about it. Don't be shocked when you get the pushback. Be prepared for the pushback. So you guys, this is a lot to think about. Follow my social media, mostly my Instagram. Also have a blog on Asian pop culture. The link is always down in the description box below. And remember, be real, stay real, live in the real, and I will always be back. Thank you guys for watching. Put below how you feel about all of this. How do you feel about South Korean, these female singers, and them exploring their sexuality through image? I would love to hear your thoughts.